Welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A show. I am your host, Ken Nichols, and I'm here with Melanie Nichols. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl and hair color experts anywhere in the world. She is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic salon professional quality curly hair products that can be found at rawhairorganics.com. So this is our New Year special.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is episode number 203 if you've been following along for the last 4 going on 5 years. And hope you're having a happy New Year. We've had a happy New Year. It's been so far.
Forgot who else is here tonight.
Yes, we've got the whole family here tonight. I'm here with Melanie Nichols, and I'm also here with Murphy Nichols. We've got the whole family.
Murph, say hi.
Yeah, and she sometimes she's here, sometimes she's not. But
Special day for her.
today is a special day. So it's not only the first show of 2021, it is also somebody's birthday.
Ooh, yay. Happy birthday, Murph.
And somebody is eyeing up a little doggy birthday cake.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yes, she's got a little doggy birthday cake. And are we going to let her have it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't
So-
have to sing happy birthday because she can't hear us anyway.
She's deaf, so she can't hear, but so we'll pretend that we all sang for her. So Murphy's 13 today, which means she's 91, right? Is that right?
That's right. That's right. She is.
91. Yeah. In the last maybe year or two, she started to lose her hearing. So she might have lost a step, but she's got her birthday scarf on today, and
Yes, she does.
she's spunky as ever.
Yeah, she jumped off. She like flew through the air yesterday, like
Yes.
Wonder Woman.
Right. Yesterday for her birthday, for her special day. Oh, no, we didn't just let her lay around. No. Daddy gave her a bath. It
She
is one
loves
of her
her
favorite
bath.
things. It is one of her favorite things. And as you can see, of course, I use the natural and organic Raw Paws pet shampoo and pet conditioner for sensitive skin.
We have
And,
pictures of her bath. I don't know if Helen got 'em.
Helen, do we have pictures of her bath? Maybe not.
We do.
Do we do?
Yeah. There's her. Those were.
Those are bath pictures?
No, those were.
I don't
Those
know
are
what that
Christmas
is.
pictures. Yeah, they're coming.
That's not a bath picture.
That's her birthday. There's her
Oh,
birthday bath.
That's me giving her a bath
There's
yesterday.
Murph.
Uh-huh.
She loves it.
Yep.
Aw.
She looks really small when you get her wet. But anyway,
That's her birthday bath.
yes, but she's a big fan of Bath Day, and
Mhm.
didn't used to be until we created the Raw Paws line. Now she's a bath dog.
Aw.
Anyway,
Yay,
Miley
Murph.
on the looks like somebody's yawning.
She's tired. She's
She's
91.
tired. She's 91. Yeah, Miley wasn't so much a big bath fan. She would just stand there and moan and groan, and
Yeah.
just moan and
She
groan.
would
She wouldn't fight
grunt.
or anything. She'd grunt.
Yeah.
But
She would grunt and groan.
didn't like getting soaked.
Murphy like relaxes and her eyes start closing. And sometimes she falls off the side of the tub. and,
Smashes her chin. She's
Uh-huh.
done that several times. She falls asleep.
You want a bite of your cake, baby?
So
Yeah. You want some of your birthday? cake?
apparently, hey,
Gosh.
hold on a
She
second.
Smelt it. She smelt it.
So where did you get that from, Melanie?
Pet supermarket.
Pet supermarket. So it's a real doggy.
It's hard. She's
Holy
never
cow, that's not like a soft,
Mm-mm.
moist
It's making a
cupcake.
mess.
If you're on podcast, it's like a cupcake, and but it's hard, and it's got
It's like a birthday cookie. Actually.
yeah, it's got sprinkles on the top.
Here.
It's got Kenny's
eat
on the
that.
top.
Yeah. It's a good story.
Right. Now, yeah, this is nice because it's really hard, and Murphy has very few teeth.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for getting me something I could actually enjoy.
Oops.
Look at her. Anyway, all right, let's move in. So wish
Well, she's
Murphy.
going for the big one.
There you go. You can wish Murphy a happy birthday like we did, and yeah, guys went for a nice walk yesterday, and
Yep.
that's about it. So. All right, so let's get started on all kinds of other fun things. So last week we didn't do a show. We hinted that we might do
Yes.
it.
Sorry we missed you.
Yeah, we had to go out of town, take care of some things, and as a lot of you probably known from the past, there's an area that we frequent that is not the greatest for like cell phone reception and stuff like that. Although the internet there is pretty spot on, I gotta tell you, it's gotten better. It's better than what we have at home. The internet there,
At my mom's?
yeah,
Wow.
it's I mean, TVs doesn't buffer nothing. But anyway, we were relaxing and spending much time with Melanie's mom, so we didn't do the show last week. But
Ken was busy burning the house down with a fire.
it was perfect fire weather.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. She's got this giant fireplace. It's two-sided, like right in the center of the house. Well,
It was
like
nice. It was freezing.
it's like half
20
the width
degrees.
of the house. It's big,
Yeah,
and yeah,
it
it
was
was
nice.
nice.
We haven't had a natural fire in a long,
Long
long,
time.
long time.
Yep. So it was nice. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so I was burning the wood that your mom stole. We don't get into that. Did she tell you the story how she got that wood?
Yes.
Chasing trucks down the road. Again, like the mafia. Where'd you get that? Fell off the back of a truck. It's exactly what she said.
That's true. And she was all happy collecting it in sticks in her yard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Aw.
yeah, well, whatever makes you happy. Tonight's show is sponsored by Raw Curls and the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products created by behind the chair curly hair stylist and curly hair specialist, Miss Melanie Nichols, sitting next to me. Highest quality curly hair products in the world. You can check them out at rawhairorganics.com. Also sponsored tonight by the Raw Curls Academy, the Curl Institute. We have a number of upcoming classes for licensed professional hairstylists only. 2-day workshops, hands-on workshops with live models and with mannequins where we teach you at least 3 different ways of cutting curly hair. So in other words, you can go home and start making money cutting curly hair pretty much right out the gate. And the more you practice, the better you get. And it's the most comprehensive curly hair training on the planet and the most affordably priced. It's at least $500 or $600 less than the nearest priced class that I've seen. We have upcoming classes. Our January class you can find at rawcurls.com/academy if you want to sign up or tell your stylist to sign up and grab one of these spots. The January class, 24th and 25th, is booked. I have that sold out. I have openings the February 21st, 22nd class in Naples, Florida. I have spots open. March 28th and 29th at the Naples, Florida salon. I have spots open for that as well. And tomorrow during the day, probably in the afternoon, I'm going to release dates for 2021 in April, May, June, July, and August. So check that out.
No,
we got
I
lots
think
of
we
classes
said
coming.
not April, but anyway, we'll figure that out.
May, June, July, and August. At least May, June, July, and August. Probably not April. Oh yeah, that's right. We did mention that May,
already
June,
booked in
July,
April.
and August. So, and if you happen to be a hairstylist or a salon owner and would like to host a class in May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December of 2021, send me a message to ken@rawhairorganics.com and say, hey, I'd be interested in hosting a curly hair class, curly hair raw curls workshop. And we'll see if we can set you up on our tour dates in 2021. So, all right.
So weird to say 2021, but
I
here
know.
we are off to a new year, and hopefully it's
I
a
know.
good one and healthy, and just
Yeah.
things kind of get back to whatever normal is.
Yeah, to normal. Hopefully. For those of you who are new tonight, we live stream every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we are a 2019 award-winning podcast. And I have to say this: we didn't win a podcasting award in 2020.
Aw,
Yeah,
did
because
anyone?
no, because they didn't do it. They didn't award anybody. So we're still the reigning second place.
Yay. Who knows? We could be the first place winners now.
Maybe, but we're second
We
place.
moved into first place and
Right.
nobody knows it.
Right. So in 2019, we were number 2 award-winning podcast in the hair industry weekly. We are the internet's only weekly curly hair question and answer show hosted by curl industry experts. You can listen to our podcast version of this show by midnight Eastern time tonight, which is Monday night, on several places where you consume podcasts, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, my favorite at this point, iHeartRadio, which isn't bad either, Radio Public, Podcast Addict, and SoundCloud. A lot of people listen to it on SoundCloud, but wherever you consume your podcasts, you can find us current episode after midnight tonight, and maybe even a little before. It all depends on how fast it loads. We got that new internet here, and boy, is it fast. And all of our other 202 shows, plus about 100 daily Q&A shows, are archived there as well. Live stream every Monday night as well on Facebook in the Curly Girls support group and in the Diva Curl user support group. Also on Instagram at Raw Curls. Hi, Instagram.
Hey.
And on the Curly Hair Q&A YouTube channel. The Curly Hair Q&A show channel right there. That's your best user experience. We are going to be answering more questions off of that live. As I've mentioned many, many times before, in 2021, we're going to be moving to, we're going to really try to push as many people as we can to the YouTube channel for the live show, just because the user experience is so much better, and it's also a ton better for us from a technical standpoint. It's just a lot easier, looks a lot nicer, sounds a lot nicer, and it is what it is. So anyway, so that's that. All right, Melanie, you got any fun facts for us? You want to throw in some fun facts? Boy, is that dog making a mess of my studio.
She's got jimmies all over her face. I
Kenny's.
think she's had enough. I'm gonna put her. Should I put her on the ground?
Yeah, but she's gonna hound at you because she knows that.
I know, because she knows that rest of the cookies
she
up
knows
there. I'm
that
trying
cookie is
to
up
hide
here.
it, but fun fact. Let's see. Well, we did celebrate. I worked on New Year's Eve.
So did I.
And yep, we had fun at the salon. We, just made it a celebration the entire day. So we were making champagne punch, which turned out really good, I have to say. People, were very happy. I don't normally drink. Everyone knows that, but I used to entertain, so I know how to make a fun and pretty punch. And so we served champagne with orange juice and pineapple juice, and then garnished with raspberries and a sprig of rosemary. And it looked fun and festive, and it was just a good time. And I ended up working later than I thought, and so raced home and had a nice lasagna dinner with Ken and Murphy.
100% organic.
It was delicious.
Veggie lasagna.
Oh, it was, yeah. I love, your veggie lasagna is so good.
Mm-hmm.
We're still eating leftovers from it.
I made a big pan of it.
A huge pan. And he serves the biggest pieces you've ever seen in your life. It's like I don't know, what would you say?
They're
like
big.
A 5x5 piece.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
So,
yeah.
all right.
That's
okay.
just, I don't know. I'm just that way. Anyway.
What's that?
I don't like people leaving hungry. And I always tell her, whenever I cut her a piece, I always put it on the table. I said, there's no law that says you have to eat it all.
Yeah.
But it was really good, along with our punch. And
oh, yeah. And then we had a dessert, Andy's candy kind of drink too. So chocolate ice cream with creme de menthe instead of a grasshopper. I made that up, but it was very, very yummy. That's my kind of drink. It's just like ice cream.
Yeah. If it tastes like alcohol, she doesn't want it. Don't even try. Don't even give it to her. Yeah, and then we spent the rest of the evening watching a new murder show. So that was about it.
It was so good. Yeah. So that was our latest Netflix series, The Undoing, and it was so good.
Don't spoil it.
I won't, but it's just not long enough. Like, you can't stop watching because it's one of those where when the episode ends, there's always some crazy twist, and you're like, no, we cannot stop We have to keep watching.
They do that on purpose. Yeah, they do that on purpose. So anyway.
It works.
So do you want to talk about your Christmas?
My Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, we had fun in Arkansas by my mom's, and hopefully everyone enjoyed the pictures and
Of her haircut that you gave her?
Yeah, her haircut, and I posted that picture of my hair too, working because Ken, I listened to my husband who said, "Do not bring products." They still haven't arrived. So
I
because
talked to your mom
he
today.
was shipping full-size products, and I knew better. I had out my travel pack, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna listen. So I did, and I had no products.
I shipped 4 packages to your mom. The only one that didn't get there was the one that had two of the three Raw Curls products for Melanie. So luckily, now, so if you think about it, here's for those of you who didn't see it on social media, we happen to have. So Melanie had to make do with what she had.
Yeah.
So the one bottle that did get there with the other boxes that I had sent was the Raw Curls conditioner, which is probably, if anything is gonna make it, that's the one you want to make it, right? Is probably the conditioner. Because cleanser, you can probably work around, and you're not going to see anybody. Her mom had gel because her mom's a curly, so her mom had some medium hold gel there.
Yeah, but
What was
I
it?
had grabbed, I did, thank God, grab the little tester that I had of the curl cream that we're working on. And I hadn't used it in my hair yet because, there's not usually a time where I want to experiment with my hair going to work and things like that. So I thought, well, what a better time to experiment with the curl cream when you're in the mountains and not going to see anybody.
And I mean nobody.
Yeah. So luckily I had that with me. Yeah. I had to wash my hair with men's shampoo.
Yeah, my men's shampoo.
Yes. And I got to
Because I had a 16-ounce
thin
bottle
hair.
because it showed up.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to
He
be
got
there.
his products.
Yeah, over the next couple of
Wow,
months.
how did that happen?
So I sent a bunch of full-size products up there for us. So if we had to travel up there, on a whim, we could quickly. We wouldn't have to worry about taking anything but a carry-on because we'd have full-size bottles of everything there, right?
Well, why
so,
did you bring your products?
I did. They're all there.
Tells me not to bring mine, but he brought his full sizes.
They're all there, and
whatever.
your mom's in that pant. that
Yeah,
room.
your stuff is.
No, some of your stuff is there too. But anyway.
So yeah, and then you had to use Murphy's detangling spray.
I had to use Murphy's detangling spray because we had a bottle there because it left.
I said at least I won't get fleas because that
Did
is
it work?
a problem.
Did it work?
Yes, it did. Neither one of us got fleas, thank goodness. And
Me neither.
then I did have the curl cream and then a little bit of the gel. So, and then I normally don't let my hair fully air dry. I don't like it. And for sure, when it's 40 degrees out, yeah, it was 40 that day. It was warm compared to Christmas Day. That was 20, 25 degrees. But I let it completely air dry. So it didn't turn out too bad. I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances.
Yeah.
So it worked out pretty well. So the good news is that I sent another package today, figuring.
No, the good news is
I
I'm
want
not
it to be there.
listening, and next time I'm taking
No,
my
no,
own
no. You won't have
product.
to because it'll be there.
I don't
It'll
trust
be on
you.
your mom. It'll be on your mom
It's not
because
there yet.
it'll be on your mom. So anyway,
I'll still take my own.
yeah. So that's what we did, and yeah.
That was it. We just
pretty much it.
relaxed and cooked and played cards and visited with mom. Before she
I
goes in
can't
the
think of
hospital.
anything we did.
No, we went and saw the Christmas lights. That was the only thing we did.
Oh yeah, we drove to Batesville and saw the Christmas lights. We should have posted pictures of that. Pretty incredible.
Really cool.
I forget, it's like 7 miles of lights. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could drive through, and there was music playing to the lights. You could walk through. You could take a horse and buggy ride, or you could. They had like a little trolley train thing, but we just drove because my mom can't walk very far. She's very short of breath, and her knees are not good. So anyway, but we had some nice quality time and just hung out and relaxed and played cards and whooped Ken's butt, even though he got all cocky. Yeah. I still kicked his butt.
It's all in fun. All right. Later on in the show, I'm going to give you. We're going to talk about some new Raw Curls products announcements and whatever. But we'll talk about that later. But let's get into some curly. Let's get into some curly hair questions and these product announcements. Well, one of them is already out. It's the new deep conditioning mask which, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, whenever we launch a new product, which isn't very often, we don't do it very often because we do all our own in-house stuff and whatever, and we're not a big company. So we don't do it very often. And when we do launch a product, we don't, when you're the way big corporations work is what they'll do is they'll launch a bunch of stuff, and it's kind of like they're throwing stuff against the wall, and whatever sticks is what they stick with. That's like, if for those of you who remember when the other people used to own Shea Moisture, I mean, they had 175 products at one time, and they were constantly coming out with them, and then they disappear, and people would complain, I loved blah, blah, blah. Well, that's why. It's because they'll send out 10 products, and the 3 that sell real well, they keep, and the rest they discontinue, which, if you're a big,
Nice to have that money to
yeah,
play
if you're a
with.
$500 million a year company, you can afford to do that. And that's how they do things. We don't do that. we don't launch a product until we are confident that it's going to be good, and it's going to sell, and we don't guess, because we can't afford to guess. So, we create products, and then we invest in all the packaging and everything that goes along with it, and, in the ordering of, all the ingredients and whatever. So we don't guess. So when we launched that deep conditioner, what is it, 3 weeks ago already? No, 4 weeks. It would have been Black Friday. Speaking of which,
Oh, yeah,
if
it
you
was
were any of
Black
the people
Friday.
that were back ordered on that from Black Friday, all of them have been shipped. They're all on their way. If you haven't got them, if you were one of those people, but we launched it then, and we knew it would be a hit. We just knew it would, because we had already been. It's not a cocky thing. It's just because we don't
It's a great
guess.
product.
Because we don't guess. Because we can't afford to not. We can't afford for something to be bad. So we've got 2 more products coming out, and I'll talk about those a little bit later. And we know they're going to be good because we have to.
By the way, shipping is, well, like outrageous. It is just so slow. I didn't even get. I have my color order that comes from another company in Florida, the distributor, and it took 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, for me to get my order. I could have driven there. We were
Yeah.
kind of laughing about it today, but it wasn't funny because I was running out of color.
Yeah.
Luckily, with my experience, I can mix what I need to create what I need to. But that's one of the things I was talking about with a client. I said, well, luckily I know how, I understand hair color very well, and I am able to create what I need out of what I have. Um, you see a lot of younger stylists, including people, that had worked with me in the past, that would panic because, oh my God, we're out of something. Well, if you understand hair color, you can make it. You can, take other levels and colors and create what you need if you understand the undertones and the levels and the whole color system. So that's a good lesson. And, it's not like I want to have to do that all the time. I had thought about and worked with a color line years ago that there was only like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 colors. And that's exactly what you did. You created what you needed. And I thought that was great. But I just didn't end up, it wasn't a non-ammonia hair color line. So I switched from using that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Okay.
But shipping's slow.
Shipping is slow.
Slow.
Shipping
Super
is slow. All right. You want to get into some questions?
Yes.
Okay. Got a bunch of them, or we'll rattle
Okay,
through.
good.
All right. Melanie. Hello. I am new to the curly girl method. The reasoning for me wanting to get my hair back into shape is that my soon-to-be husband set a date for our wedding this Christmas,
Yay.
and it is only 5 short months away. Congratulations. Yikes.
Ooh.
Yikes. We did it in what? 10 months? 9 months? 10? 11? Something like that?
No.
What was it?
6.
It was hard.
Because
It was hard.
we met and got engaged after 6 months, and then we got married in another 6 months.
That's right. You're right.
Obviously, Ken wasn't participating in any of the planning.
Because Ken was
So-
making all the money to pay for it. He was working his tail off. Anyway,
we got
so that's
married
hard.
in Hawaii,
It's
and
hard.
I had to plan it overseas without, that was 25 years ago.
It was
almost.
tricky.
Well,
Yeah.
23.
Yeah. Like before internet.
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of scary. Like, good thing I didn't really think about it because, I planned it for us to get married the day after we arrived. That probably wasn't the
Don't do
best.
that.
Yeah, for a couple different reasons. But
You mean us being lost at 2:15 in the morning after an 18-hour flight?
I don't remember that.
You
But
don't remember that?
no,
I remember that, driving around an island with no lights
no. But I was thinking, God, I hope they really did plan this and didn't just take my money.
in a Geo Metro.
Yeah. Oh.
Remember?
Oh,
It was a
you're in
4x4
a
Geo
Jeep.
Metro. It was a Geo Jeep.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So back to her question.
All right, yeah, she's getting married. Good luck on that 5-month thingy. Our date is May 22nd, and I want to get my hair back. I'm 32 and have never embraced my curliness. I was 32 when I got married. I was always a throw my hair back into a tight bun kind of girl.
Ooh.
I have done some research online and have started using some Curly Girl approved products. Even with just starting last night, my curls are so tight like they used to be. I'm just asking for assistance figuring out how to get along. Thank you so much. So, have you got any suggestions for the bride-to-be
Well,
embracing her curls newly?
yes, she is in the right place, and we have lots of support and help for you along the way. Definitely, the right cut and the right products are key. I always repeat that over and over because it is very important. It's going to help your curls look the best and make the transition easiest for you. I just had someone that I posted pictures of in a video of from this weekend, and she is 2 years into her curl journey, embracing her curls, and was just blown away at what a difference it made. She had two curly cuts previously by other people, and then came for a raw curls cut. And so, of course, I used the raw curls products and did my haircut on her, and she just couldn't believe it. She's like, wow, what a difference. So, that just goes to show you one, and it doesn't always happen from the first use, but a lot of times it does. You can see a difference. And I told her her hair will continue to get better and better the more she stays on the products. So we have all kinds of information in our group, the Curly Girl Support Group. And I have videos all over the place. What, YouTube, Raw
Instagram,
Curls Instagram,
Facebook.
So all of these things that we talk about, I have videos out there to help you. And then we are there to answer questions, even still, like we're doing tonight.
Here's a fun fact. Last night, Melanie and I, on a Sunday, spent over 4 hours doing nothing but watching curly hair videos. I'm just going to leave that right there.
Okay. Surprise.
2021, look out.
You're in for some good
You're in for
stuff.
some really good stuff. It's going to be a crazy year, like the four new class dates that I just announced today. That'll come up tomorrow. Oh, just wait.
He can hardly stand it.
I can
See,
hardly
that's why
stand
I can't
it.
believe he's not blurting it
I'm
out.
not blurting anything
Everyone
out.
knows Ken can't keep a secret.
All right, let's go to the next one. All right, Melanie, I wish I had straight hair. Am I the only one?
Aw.
I walk around stores and see these pretty straight-haired women that can do cute hairstyles, and my hair looks terrible. Do you have any words of encouragement for this woman? Because I do, but I'm gonna add them last.
Well, that's a funny thing because people and my clients are, with the straight hair are always wishing they had curly hair. So it's always kind of, a lot of people want what they don't have, but
Yep.
embrace what you have and, join our groups, get a curly cut, use the right products and make your curls look amazing. I mean, I don't know. Curls are so much more interesting than straight hair. They have so much more character. My clients, I was just talking about a lady that it's never too late to convert because I was telling the story to that same girl that I was referring to earlier. She came in and converted to embracing her curls in her 80s. So it's never too late. But honest to God, and she sat there and giggled the whole time that I did her hair because she never had even styled her own hair. She would go to the salon and get it washed and blown out every week and she bought all the products, which she thought was even more hysterical because, again, she never normally does her own hair, but she was spending all this money getting a curly cut, buying these products. And I said, I have faith in you. I know you can do it. And she came back and said she had never gotten more compliments on her hair. Men, women, people coming up to her telling her how pretty it looked, because it's pretty. It's soft. It's it's got movement, and it's just beautiful. Curls are so interesting, and you can always straighten them. I know whether you like it or not. It is an option.
It is an
Just to
option.
blow it out straight, or
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Here's my answer. I know who this woman is.
Oh, is that another long lost friend of yours?
No, but she's a group member in one of our groups.
Mm.
She got nothing to complain about.
Does she have gorgeous curls?
Yes.
Oh,
Stop. Stop. Just stop.
I don't get that. I know
I
some
don't either.
people, it's like they have the most beautiful curls. It's not even like thin hair or fine hair or just barely wavy. It's just, yeah. And I don't know why they don't like them. I guess because they haven't been, um,
I don't know.
they haven't found the right system. Don't have the right haircut. Sometimes they feel like they don't have a style to their hair. It's just wild. But, if you can use the right products and get the right cut, your curls will look fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they have to understand that. You have to embrace that. I mean, it's way different than it was 10 years ago. I mean, now
Well,
it's so many people want it.
yes.
Whereas for decades, everybody wanted, I mean, all you ever saw like in the salons was how to get rid of it,
Yes.
right? That's
Well,
it.
that's true. And it wasn't even considered professional. Like a lot of places, honestly, it's weird, but they wouldn't let you wear your hair curly. I just heard that again recently. There was someone where they worked, they weren't allowed to wear their hair curly.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, well,
wasn't considered professional. It was,
yeah.
messy, whatever, wild. There was educators who, felt the same way in the hair industry that would, put down and criticize curly hair. Very well-known people. That ended up backfiring. Oops.
If you're in the industry, you might remember that
Yeah,
from a
they
couple
kind of
years
had
ago.
a curly-haired person in their advertising, but anyway,
And you
we
haven't seen
won't
them
mention
talking
any
on
names.
social media in years now.
No. Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of gotta like know what your marketing people are
Yeah,
doing.
you don't want to show people your true colors.
Mm. So
How's the
anyway,
lighting in here tonight? Good? Good. I'll stop.
stop. So yeah, but it has been more accepted, and you'll see models and actresses, and just different ads and magazines and everywhere using curly hair people now. So that's really awesome.
Hmm. I know I've told Melanie this in the last couple of years. I had remembered this. I had forgot about it. But when I was in high school, there were two girls that had really gorgeous curly hair. And I remember we talked about this, about oils, about that one.
Mm.
It's a Latin girl. I'd never met her. I don't know what her name is. I have no idea, but I used to see her occasionally. And this was back in the day where they didn't really know how to deal with it. But I mean, it was down to her butt, which back then, nobody, but her hair, they would like in the mornings, if I'd see her, it was like they would get up early and just soak it in oil.
Mm.
I mean, it was like it was drip. I mean, literally, and I'm not exaggerating. Any of you that are my age that went to high school with me, you'll know who I'm talking about. And it was like it was dripping,
Mm.
and you could tell she would do anything to get rid of those curls,
Wow.
anything. And
Well, if she had that much oil on her hair, she probably did get rid of her curls by now because her hair is probably falling out.
it's the oh gosh,
Suffocated.
the weight. I mean, it was, and I didn't know anything about like I do now, but I can still, in my head, I can visualize it where, I mean, you could tell it was the weight of all the oil. Like
Mm.
she would you'd see her walk around with her friends, and like I could just picture this in my head, where and she'd move really slowly because she didn't want her hair to swing. Probably, I swear to God, I am not exaggerating one tiny bit.
Oh my God.
So, here I'll tell you another story. This kind of a self-deprecating one, but it's my life, so I'll tell you this. So, talk about curls, right? So there was this other girl. I just thought of this.
A girl with
I
a
can't
girl.
believe I'm going to tell you this story, but I'm going to tell you this story.
Have I heard this?
No, because I hadn't thought about this in years. So there was this girl, and she was very quiet, and they used to tease her because she kind of looked like Brooke Shields. I don't know why they teased her.
Why would they tease
Okay, she's
her?
gorgeous. She's a couple
Yeah.
years younger than me, maybe a year or two younger than me.
Like, that's a bad thing?
Trying to think of her name. Barb Garrett. Her name is
Nice.
Barb Garrett. Right, right. But she rarely talked, very quiet, blah, blah. I didn't even know her. I think I knew one friend. I never saw her hang around with people, whatever, right? And it was like I said, I mean, like people would make fun of her about that. And I always thought to myself, what do you guys, I mean, probably because she never said anything, never talked back to anything, right? So I had this math class with Mrs. Crane, which one of my friends' moms, Mrs. Crane. Anyway, long story short, so I'm being an idiot big shot and talking to all my friends in this class all the time,
That's a
right?
shocker.
And she's between me and my 4 or 5 friends and whatever. And just out of the blue, I asked her out, and she never looked at me, and she said, "Nope." And I was shocked. And I said,
I'm not.
I said, "Why?" And she's like, "No." Wouldn't even look at me. I must have asked her 4 times because I wanted it to change because I was so embarrassed. And I heard, and I can't think of the girl's name, but there was a girl sitting on the other side of me who I knew who she was, but I never talked to her ever. And I heard her snicker, right? I heard her snicker. And I'm like totally embarrassed. And as I'm walking out, that girl walks past me, and she said,
The one that said no?
"Yeah, no, the one that was laughing,
was
kind of
laughing?
snickering at me, right?"
Mhm.
And she walked past me, Heikkinen. I can't think of Cindy Heikkinen. That's her name. And she walks past me, and I heard her say something to the effect of, like, "You idiot, you do realize she's on the cover of 17 magazine, right?"
Oh, that's so funny.
And I'm like, "No, no, I'm
That's
not.
funny.
I didn't know. I don't think anybody knew because she didn't.
Obviously.
Obviously, some people knew, but most people didn't. But so my point of telling you
That's
all that
hilarious.
is for people that are we're trying to get rid of their curls and embarrassed and whatever. And this young lady's rolling around on the cover of 17.
And she had curly hair?
And she had curly hair.
Oh, cool. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, right? So
We should-
don't
We should
be
try to dig up that magazine.
no.
Another
And
one
not
of
these people. Another person that I embarrassed myself in front of. She never even looked at me like ever. I mean, just like, nope. You said it like 4 times. I'm like,
That's funny.
I
Good
just
for
keep
her.
asking. Like, if I keep asking, she'll change her mind. I don't even know why I did that to this day. I don't know. I don't know. I just dumb stuff. All right, my hairdresser suggested a keratin treatment. She said it will take all the frizz away and loosen the curls so they are not so tight. I'm nervous as I do not want straight hair. What are your thoughts?
So yeah, I have dog hair that's itching me. You have to understand, there's so many different types of keratin treatments, and I know this comes up and it's controversial and people get mad. But with my experience, I found ones that are beautiful to work with, and they are non-formaldehyde keratin treatments. They're gentle, they're conditioning agents. So it is a wonderful conditioning treatment. It is like a longer lasting conditioning treatment than any of the other ones. And you have to have the right product and the right stylist that knows what they're doing, because you're using a flat iron, but the ones that I use, I have control over. So I can make it so that you just get, conditioning and frizz-free hair, or I can reduce the curls slightly so it relaxes it a little bit. But, all of my clients are like, I don't want to lose my curly hair. So I get that. And, these don't even have the capability of making it stick straight. So, but again, you have to be careful with the kind of product it is and who's doing it, who's doing the service for you. Because people get carried away. They don't think, they use too hot of a flat iron. They do it too many times. You have to adapt and adjust to the situation, the outcome that you want, the kind of hair that you're working with, so there's so many different variables, but they can be beautiful, and I do them in my salon.
Okay.
And my clients love them, and they still have their curls. But
They
yes,
still.
yeah. So, but it definitely can help, condition and control frizz.
Yeah, it's a hot button topic,
For sure.
Melanie, in a lot of the groups because people have, hard, steadfast ideas about it, and a lot of people just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of rhymed. Um, and they're like I said, they will absolutely stand their ground that it's going to ruin your curls, and I'm like,
Well,
no,
I will stand my ground that it
no,
won't.
no, it won't.
I mean, you have to, again, there's certain products I would never work with as far as keratin treatments go. And I knew about them before they even came to the United States. I knew that they were making people very sick. I knew that people were dying. I knew that hair was falling out. So you have to find the right product to work with, and you have to use the right techniques, and that's key with anything. But I will stand my ground because I do them frequently on people, and they come back time and time again because they love it. Now here's the thing to think about too, to keep in mind. There's certain curl types, like a client of mine that has a type 4 hair on her hair because this is such a gentle treatment. I did see people comment that it didn't work for them. Sometimes you have to do more than one. You have to do two in a row to get that hair. If they're used to like regular relaxers, old fashioned relaxers, or what, some people call perms, to straighten the hair, what I'm doing is much more gentle. And so we had to do two back to back, like within weeks. Like I think we did a week or two in between, and then from that point on, maintenance. But more often than, she does not go 3 months, in between keratins. So we stay on top of it. It's something that with that type of hair and my type of product needs to be done, more often. But I mean, this client's hair has never been better. It was growing in from chemotherapy, and when she first came to me, she was wearing a wig, and I started coloring and treating her, and her hair is in down to the middle of her back now. She's never had it that long and healthy, and it looks amazing. So there you have it.
There you have it. Well, hopefully that helps. Uh, okay, this question. I'll answer this next question, and you can add to it whenever you'd like, Melanie. I didn't realize that the Ecoslay orange marmalade. This is a small indie um, homemade brand,
I've been
new
hearing a
brand.
lot
Yeah,
about it lately.
didn't realize the Ecoslay orange marmalade needed to be refrigerated.
Mm.
It's been sitting in my bathroom cabinet for a couple of months.
Oh.
It doesn't smell bad. Is it time to throw it out? Okay. I'm not going to rip on anybody, but I'm going to tell you the facts of some stuff, and I'll tell you a couple little stories. Yes, throw it out.
Is that a natural
Yes,
product?
throw it out. Yes. They're refrigerating it because because more than likely they haven't figured out a preservative that they can use with it.
It's tough.
It's hard. They haven't figured it out yet. As they get bigger, they'll figure it out, and you won't be having that refrigerated issue. That being said, throw it out. Now I'm going to tell you a little story. So maybe 6-7 years ago, you were starting to see some new preservatives. A lot of them natural, a lot of them non-toxic, start to come out. There was a chain of like 3 of them that were all they were all kind of based on the same thing. And a number of manufacturers in the curly hair business smaller ones, started using these. As a few months went on, it became apparent some of them worked and some of them didn't. Like I said, I'm trying to tiptoe around this. Don't take the chance. Throw it away. Absolutely throw it away. If it's supposed to be refrigerated and it's been out more than a day, throw it away. I'll just hint around a little story. We found this out in our lab, and somebody in our company found out that that it can cause rashes if you use it, and you might not even know it, and it smells fine and looks fine. Am I right in this, saying this? Am I tiptoeing around this good enough?
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I I agree, but I will say from my experience, I do find if something is spoiled, that it usually does smell or have a like it breaks down, it's watery, it smells rancid or funky. It's happened to many of us. Even I'm trying to think. Oh
There's a
yeah,
number of big name brands that I can tell you about. We've had it happen in our lab. We know
yeah,
what it's like.
yeah.
We've seen it, and I know other. I'm not going to even bother naming them, but I've
Right.
seen it in the past. It's not like we're
I was
hiding
trying to
anything,
think
but
of
I'm
the
just
other brands if they were natural, and they were. Yeah, so it is definitely a tricky
yeah,
situation because using, natural preservatives
yeah,
or no preservatives,
yep,
yeah, you definitely don't get the shelf life, and you could
mm-mm,
start breeding bacteria if it
yeah.
goes bad or it has, exposure that it shouldn't, to whatever, even
Room
water,
temperature,
yeah, room temperature.
even
So
water,
yeah.
especially. I
Mhm.
tell people about that all the time. People roll
Mhm.
their eyes at me, and I'm like, no, don't add tap water to your stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So I get what you're saying, just to err on the side of safety and
Yep,
be sure, because yeah, you can have allergic reactions or get a rash.
yep.
So
Well, and I will tell you this too. When things like this are orange marmalade, when things like this go bad, like this particular product, when they go bad, it starts from the bottom up.
mm,
So, in other words, it contaminates the whole product, but it doesn't like, it wouldn't be like milk or something or cheese where it molds on the top and it works its way in.
mm,
This starts at the bottom and it works its way up. So you may not see it until it's long in the product traveling up, or
mm.
you've used enough product and you've got to the to the bottom. Um, especially when you're in the,
Like not like my mom's cheese or flour or all the spice,
it's
the
literally what I just
the
thought.
salad dressing. Ken was Ken was going
I'm not going
through
to throw your mom under the bus, but you can.
Ken was going through her pantry, throwing everything away.
Well, I had to come to Melanie and whisper in her ear and say, "You need to take a day and throw everything out."
No. She likes to save things.
Safe.
She even said, just cut the mold off the cheese.
Yes. Did you see when I showed her the thing? When I showed it to her? I didn't know sharp cheddar cheese was blue. I didn't know that. I learned something. I I didn't know bleached flour was brown and gray. I didn't know
Ugh,
that either.
that was gross. Ugh.
It's what happens.
Mm.
Hey, if you're watching this on one of the live streams, if you're one of these people that has elderly parents that you've experienced this, comment so we don't feel alone.
Yeah, she doesn't have any eyesight. She can't even see, but even, more so to stay on top of things because you could get really sick from that.
So could your guests.
Yeah.
So could your guests. Anyway, back to the orange marmalade thing. Yeah, especially brands that either don't use preservatives, use non-synthetic, maybe natural, organic stuff that's non-synthetic, non-toxic type. Better watch those expiration dates.
Hmm.
Like our stuff, when we tell you it's 16 to 18 months, it's 16 to 18 months. There's some of our stuff that can go way longer,
Hmm.
and I know that,
Hmm.
but I'm not telling you that
Hmm.
because I'm
Of
going to err
course,
on the
I
side because I want to
experimented
sell
and
you
pushed
more
it.
bottles. That's not true. It's because I want to err on the on the
Those are
side
the
of.
ones I use at home. That's what.
I've said this before, and people think we're lying. It's like everybody thinks that, oh, you own companies like this, you get all the. No, we don't get the really nice stuff. We get the leftover stuff, the end of
The
batches, the
expired.
dented bottles, stuff that's right about to expire that we got to pull off the shelves, the labels that are off or ripped. What else do we get?
Hey,
That's the kind of stuff that goes through R&D that we wouldn't sell to you because we're not happy with it. That goes right to the Nichols closet.
even my Christmas gifts are spoiled.
Oh, you can't go there. You can't go there. We're not going that far. But yeah, literally in our house, that's literally what we have. Like that little bottle of serum that's in my drawer there that I've been doing. That was literally a batch of marine serum, which, we're not going to talk about that yet, but we're going to talk about skincare stuff at a later date. That was something that went through R&D that we figured a different way out. But I was damned if I'm throwing a $400 bottle out. I'm going to use it.
So do as we say and not as we do.
Right, no, right, no. Do as we say, not as we do. Exactly. We shouldn't have went there because now we're telling everybody don't do this, but we're telling you we do it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, so
People are like, if we have guests, they must laugh and look in our showers and they're like,
cautious
what's with all
of
this
what you're
mismatched
using.
crap? Thought you guys did this for a living.
Right. I know. Jessica's husband said he was laughing because I didn't have products when we tried. He's like, they own a product company and I don't even have products to take with me when I travel.
Nope.
Well, look at how long my hair is. I haven't had it cut either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
God.
anyway.
I was going to talk about this Raw Curls travel kit, but we'll talk about this at a later date.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Do we have more questions?
Yeah, we got more
You've
questions.
only asked
Let me
me
look at the
two, I
time.
think.
All right, I gotta look at the time. All right, let's go into the next thing. All right, okay. So yeah, throw that stuff out. If you've left it out, don't risk it. Don't risk your limbs falling off from crazy, like those things that people get in the water
Stop.
here in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Those flesh-eating.
Yeah, flesh eating stuff. That you don't
Ooh.
want that.
Yeah,
No, it really happens down here.
it does.
In beautiful
Happens
Southwest
everywhere.
Florida. I've reached a point where my hair on wash day is hardly curly with just some wave. And when I refresh on day 2, then it curls. I don't understand. I clarify monthly and have been water soluble for months now, so I doubt its buildup. Also, I'm looking for suggestions on an oil I can use for scrunching out my cast and to help tame my postpartum, that's PP, right? My postpartum hair regrowth. Here's a fun fact. I used to always screw that up when I was in college, and I would always say postmortem. And I'd
Is
say
that
it.
even a word?
Yes, and I'd say it like with real confidence. So it made me look really stupid. I'm making myself look completely
maybe that's
stupid
why
tonight.
you dropped
Is there
out.
anything- right?
Thank God he didn't become a teacher.
Right. I'm the guy you want. Anyway, so do you have any suggestions, any thoughts on that?
Well, everyone's different. So a lot of times, like my hair breaks down, the curl gets looser and softer as I don't wash, but some curl patterns get tighter. So again, it's just what you have and what happens. But as far as a great oil, of course, the Raw Curls Shine Serum is wonderful because I know that it will rinse clean from the hair and it will give you just healthy, healing organic oils to do exactly what she's looking for. Give some shine, give some control of the flyaways, but yet not build up in the hair without, because it has no silicones or oils that will build up in the hair.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, it's just, your curl type is, like I say, some people get curlier, some people get looser. Like a lot of people love their curls on day 2.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
I find.
Do you like day 1 or day 2 better? What do you like?
Day 1 is my best.
Yeah. Okay.
Day 2 is not bad, and then it starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
I can get 3-4 days, but then I'm usually like putting it up or pulling it back.
Okay. Melanie, I'm trying to figure out how to get the best curls with the least frizz. Aren't we all? When you get out of the shower, do you immediately apply product and style, or do you wrap in a microfiber towel and plop, or neither? Good question.
So yes, we always recommend that you apply your styling products immediately to very wet hair. I like to say soaking wet hair because your hair needs that moisture from the water. And then you're going to, lock it in with your products. So and that's been a solution to a lot of people's problems. Even after I do their hair, they go home, they forget the steps. That was before I had a card to give them. And then they come back and they're struggling. And so I ask them to tell me what they're doing. And a lot of times that's what they're mixing it all up. And they're letting their hair dry partially before they're putting their products in. That's wrong. you want to use that water to hydrate your hair. Curls need that hydration. So get right out of the shower or even apply your products in the shower, either way, but to really soaking, dripping wet hair. And then you apply the products. This just happened with that girl that I posted on Saturday
Mm-hmm.
because, it's drippy all over the place. You're getting out. I put the products in, pretty quickly. And by the time then we flip over to scrunch and then blot with the flour sack towel, that's like the last thing you're going to do, instead of what, it's reversed. What she's saying to do, plopping would be doing that first. So instead, reverse it and do that last. But by the time you get to that step, there's like hardly anything to squeeze or blot out of the hair, because it's all absorbed into the hair. And then we locked it in with the product. So, because your hair will only absorb what it can. So when it's very dehydrated, then it's just all going into the hair. It's not dripping on the floor anymore. The people that I talk about, that's why I kind of came up with this new test for porosity. It just hit me because the people that have that low porosity hair, meaning not porous, it doesn't absorb all that water and it just leaves a huge puddle. It's just dripping, 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 dripping all over the floor because their hair can't even absorb anymore because it doesn't need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you want to use that to your benefit, and your curls will be happy.
Your curls will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned I was going to talk about the new product launches for Raw Curls. As I said, on Black Friday, we did the product launch. That was our first new product in years since Wavy
Yeah.
Swavy
Ooh, that was
Cleanser
a
and
long
Conditioner,
time.
hey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was our first new product launch. If you are using that product now, post in the comments section wherever you're listening to this or watching this. Tell me what your thoughts are on it. I've seen nothing but good feedback on it,
Good.
which doesn't
Yay.
surprise me, but I'm happy to see it. I like to
Yes,
see it.
thank you.
But so thank you. We really,
Glad
really
you're
appreciate it.
enjoying it.
Yeah, really am. And again, like I said before, we're a small company. When we do product launches, they're difficult for us because they're difficult for us to do. They're difficult for us to afford.
Expensive.
They're expensive. So we really try hard to not make mistakes at all. So we really appreciate when we get good feedback. Not because it's not an ego thing. It's confirmation that that it's worth our time and our effort
That we
and
will
money.
keep it and move forward.
That will keep it and move forward. Exactly. So that being said, and as I stated, all the back orders from on that product, if you ordered it, because we had sold so much of it from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, those all been shipped as of the last couple of days. Next new product launch coming out. We've hinted about this for a long time. I said years ago we would never do it because I thought we were pretty much done with new products. I thought we were pretty much done. I think we're going to ever do this, right? But we played with this a couple of years ago, a little bit. It didn't go well enough, and we just kind of forgot about it, if I remember right. Just kind of, there's too much other stuff going on, right? And then we did this again, and everybody in the testing community here is happy with it. And it's the new Raw Curls Frizz-Free Curl Cream. Everybody wants a curl cream. Yeah, this is a natural and organic, very high quality curl cream. Best in the business. I don't say that lightly because whenever we do a product launch, I look at everything out there and, because of what we do, I know how people who don't know it would think that when I say stuff like that, that sounds arrogant. It's not. We just, because of what we do, we can't come out with just cheap crap because it wouldn't fit in our line. It just, you know what I mean? It's how do you say that where it doesn't sound cocky?
But I want to say, because you're saying it's not for everybody. A curl
No,
cream
it's not
is
for
not
everything.
going to
No.
be a product for everybody.
Yep.
Like finer hair and low porosity hair and certain curl types, you're not going to be using a curl cream. So it's not something for everybody. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, it's not. But we do. When we do stuff like this, we look at everybody else's stuff. We see what people are using. Like the deep conditioner. There were, we saw for years, we knew there was a need for it, but, we didn't do it because there was, like we said, it's a lot of money, a lot of time. It's hard. But we saw there were a couple good ones out there, and then a lot of them out there in the cheap lower end brands, and people were just gravitating to them because because there were so few choices of stuff for people with curly hair. And that was really the thing that got me thinking about it. I'm like, we really have no choice, because we're putting together these starter kits with these instruction cards. And I mean, we were really, in 2020, really trying to target people who were, to help, who were trying to, start embracing their curls and the curly girl method. And we wanted them to do it right. And we realized, if we're sending them off to buy a $3 bottle of clarifying shampoo and a $6 bottle of deep conditioner, and then buying stuff like ours or any of the other higher end brands, and then people aren't getting good, consistent results, it's obvious why. And it's kind of our fault in a way. It's like, okay, you're going to tell us all this great stuff, but you're telling us to start with this stuff that's not.
No, I never told them to start with things like that. I mean, I always recommend other professional, high quality, grade products.
It was hard to find, I guess. And that's why I did the thing on our website with the Malibu Sea Undo Goo and the Hard Water Wellness for people to start. Is that so many people were like, guys, spend all this money on curly hair products. Now you want me to spend all this money? I'm like, no, if you're going to buy our stuff and buy this, I'll let you buy this stuff cheap, because I want you to use it. Well, that's not going to last. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But the frizz-free curl cream was another thing. There were a couple out there? No, there were more than a couple. There's probably half a dozen of them out there. Nothing really, really great. So we finally did. Melanie played with it and whatever. And now I have a hard launch date. And I can actually give this hard launch date.
Be careful.
You want to know why I can give this hard launch date? Because I gave myself an extra 7 days.
I don't know.
It only took me 10 years to learn. It only took me 10 years to learn. No, because I have it all.
Okay. Okay.
I have it all. January 23rd will be 16-ounce bottles of the frizz-free curl cream. I'll post a link to it and whatever, and we'll talk about it on the show right before January 23rd. And I don't have a price, so I can't tell you about that. And the other launch in 2020 is the Raw Curls Clarifying Shampoo. I have no date. It's going to be at least 14 weeks from today.
Cool. What was I going to say? Going back to clarifying, that girl with the question had mentioned that she was clarifying once a month. That might be too much, because she said she's clarifying once a month and using water-soluble products. So you may not need to clarify that much.
Maybe she's getting hard water buildup.
Yeah. Well.
It should be hard water.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
it's different.
But still.
Yeah.
I would try cutting back to once a quarter every 3 months.
Could do that.
Some people over clarify.
Yeah. Melanie, would long curly hair look good with long layers and some curtain bangs? She spells curtain bangs in big bold letters.
Wow. Yes, it definitely would. Long layers always, I should say, many times, helps the curls to look really fabulous, especially in long hair. So depending on your curl type, but absolutely.
Whenever somebody says that or talks about that, it always makes me think of Mizell.
Mizell Aponte, amazing colorist. But
amazing colorist. That was his trademark thing. Yeah, it was
curtain veil.
Curtain veils, bangs. Curtain shades and blinds.
Yes.
If you're in the industry and you know color, you know who he is.
Curtains, veils, and shades, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a while now.
He's
an artist.
Yeah.
He's a true artist. But
he's Guy Tang before Guy Tang was Guy Tang, and he's still probably way better than Guy Tang. He's just not. You just don't know.
Totally different.
Yeah, they're totally different. You just don't know.
He doesn't. Yeah, just do. Well, I mean, I don't know what he's doing now, but he didn't just do fashion color. He did amazing things.
The dude is something else. Here's a fun fact: I made him cry, but we won't go into that.
Oh gosh.
I didn't know what to do. Caught me so off guard.
You could have hugged him.
I did, because I didn't know what to do. I felt so uncomfortable.
Oh.
I'm like, dude. Anyway.
Everyone thinks you're so nice. See?
I was. And I was. And it was a manly gesture to apologize because I thought I might have offended him. And then he cried. Anyway. Love him to death. Guy's incredible.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Melanie, can you use Raw Curls conditioner as a leave-in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. One of my biggest annoyances with wearing my hair curly is that there is so much product in it, and I don't like that feeling. I'm about 3 months into my curly hair journey, and I am curious if people who are farther in have noticed they need less product to control frizz and get definition. Or do you have any product recommendations for my hair to feel less producty? I'm a 2C, 3A curl type. FYI. Thank you.
Yes. So I know I find that with a lot of people that I feel like overusing products. And it doesn't end up helping the situation. So using the right products is what you need. And she has the same curl type as I do. So of course I would recommend the Raw Curls Cleanser, Conditioner, Anti-Frizz, either the medium or firm gel. You're going to get more control with the firm gel, which if that's what you're looking for. But if you want to feel less product, like softer product in the hair, then I would recommend the medium. But it's more of a control factor. So firm is going to give you a more definition and a longer lasting curl, because you're starting off, with that firmer curl pattern. But you can stop there. Then I only finish with 2 other things after my hair is dry. I soften or tenderize or break the cast with a little bit of pomade and shine serum. That's it. But that's not a lot of product. I'm using the most that we're using in the hair, like for styling it, is going to be the anti-frizz spray. You're going to use a good amount of that, but it doesn't feel like anything in the hair. And then the gel, because you want to, just really make sure that you coat it from root to end, and that's why. But it ends up leaving the hair feeling very soft and not weighed down.
Yeah.
And you could realistically skip the last 2 finishing products if you want. It's not. Some people I do that on that say they don't use products, they don't want to use products, so I'll just use those first few things that I just mentioned and then stop. And I want them to see the difference though and feel the hair, and they always love it and they end up buying that.
Yeah. I want to touch on one quick thing I was going to mention before, and obviously it's going to be a little bit out, but for those of you who know, in 2020 we came out with the Raw Curl starter kits that have been a giant hit. And we have 5 kits. So we've got 2 4-packs that have the original cleanser, original conditioner, anti-frizz spray, and then one has medium gel, one has firm gel. Then we have a 5-pack kit that has original cleanser, original conditioner, anti-frizz spray, and both the firm and medium gel, so you can try them both out. And then a couple of months ago, we came out with 2 more with the that are the wavy swavy kits, and they're 5-packs with both of them have wavy swavy cleanser and conditioner, anti-frizz spray, mousse. Those come with mousse, and one comes with firm hold gel, and the other comes with medium hold gel. Now,
Cool.
what I wanted to talk about, where I brought up before about we did this because of what we saw in the industry with people, wanting to embrace their curls, not knowing where to start, starting with low quality or even garbage products. I'll call it spade a spade. And then not getting results and then wanting to quit. And we just saw it in our groups all the time. It was the same thing over and over and over again. So we thought, okay, if we come up with an inexpensive kit with enough in for people to get a few uses out of them, that, and include a card in it with all the steps, which this has. If you're watching on video, you can see, this it's a 2-sided card actually with full. Melanie made these directions herself, tells you exactly step by step what to do. It's like having Melanie in your bathroom with you every morning. And it's a shiny
That's
kind of
creepy.
Just wait till those Alexa skill apps come out that we're working on.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Susie.
This
is Melanie.
To do your curly hair.
What are you doing with that? You're not putting that on your hair today,
Back
are you?
away from that curl crap.
Back away from the Cantu. It's going to be creepy.
Oh,
but anyway, so we took that actually a step further in 20. I told you 2021 is going to be big around here.
Wow.
You're either going to love us or you're going to hate us, which is kind of how it is now. But I don't know what we're going to do about the packs, but the kits, we're going to expand a little bit on the directions, but we're going to go even further. So you're going to be able to get each one of the kits with a 3-ounce bottle of the Raw Curls clarifying shampoo, a 3-ounce bottle of the Raw Curls deep conditioner, and then the other stuff. So in other words, we're gonna start, people. It's gonna be it's all here. It's all here. You don't have to go to a store and look around and guess. And that's what I see women do all the time, is because they don't know. I mean, it's still, there's still a lot of misinformation. Speaking of misinformation, has Naomi started her YouTube channel yet?
No.
She's got her curly hair YouTube channel coming up. It's called Misinformation. That's
why the card says Steps for Curl Success.
Steps for Curl Success. Exactly. But that kit is actually going to have it's going to have either 5 or 7 bottles in it.
Wow.
But it's everything. There's no, you'll have, if you just do it, you're going to have success from the beginning. I got to tell you, of everything that we've been doing lately, no, that's a lie. I was just going to say, because I had to think a little bit. I'm not going to say it, but I was just going to say, I'm the most excited about these new kits with the clarifying shampoo and the deep conditioner and the updated card, because I know it's going to work. I know it's going to work for anybody. Everybody that gets this is going to win. But I was going to say that I'm most excited about that, but I'm not. I'm more excited about something else. But I'm excited.
Are you updating that card, or am I updating that card? We didn't even talk about that.
Ask me in 14 weeks when the dang clarifying shampoo is finished.
Okay. Any more questions? It's got to be getting late.
Yeah, I'd like COVID to end, so I don't have to wait 14 weeks for stuff. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, I think we can probably wrap this up. All right, got any parting comments? Anything you want to share? Guess who just woke up? Who's been a very good girl today? Somebody just woke up and just.
You want to come sit by my? No, don't give her any more. Here.
I was gonna eat it.
Oh,
can I try it?
Well, sure. Let's watch Ken eat a dog treat.
It looks like a cupcake.
Oh, say goodbye to everybody.
You know what? It tastes like a dry cupcake.
It does. It looks really dry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you're eating that.
It's not bad. It really
I took
isn't.
a bite of her cookie yesterday. She had a Christmas cookie.
Mm-hmm. Was it?
Smelled.
It wasn't one of those Christmas cookies, was it? Shortbread?
No. Well, it was like shortbread. It's like they said that diabetics come in and buy them all the time because they don't have sugar in them. It tasted like no, it wasn't bad actually.
That ain't bad. I'd eat that whole thing. I'm not gonna.
Say bye, everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, thanks for the birthday wishes from Murphy Murph.
Murph, she's getting arthritis. Oh,
yeah.
Baby, she's getting old, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be on the same arthritis medication Mommy is.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Yep. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll see you next week, Monday, for episode 204. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start. We're going to start a little bit of a conversation. I'm going to give you a little hint on a little thing. You guys remember for a couple of years ago that we had started something with the Day of Curls giveaway. You guys remember that? You remember that, Melanie?
Oh yeah.
And it is where we had people send us pictures and little story about their curly hair and why they needed a complete curly hair makeover from Melanie at the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. And what we did is we went through all the entrants and we picked a winner. And we gave her an all-expense paid trip. We flew her in on a Saturday morning, right? We flew her in from Ohio. All expenses paid. We paid for everything. Flew her in from Ohio in the morning, and I picked her up at the airport. We filmed everything. Took her to the salon, gave her a full day of curls, got her back in the car, and drove her back to the airport and drove her back, and she flew back that night to Ohio, and it was all expense paid, and it was a lot of fun. Just gonna leave that right there. So, no, I know what else. I'll add to that. If we could do that better, what would we do? What would we do if we could do that better?
I have ideas.
So do I. All right. We'll see you guys
Have
next
a good
week.
curly week.
Have a good curly week.
Happy New Year.
Bye.